Testing, 1, 2, 3. Welcome, everyone. Peace. Muhammad, thank you for being here, Brother Muhammad.
Information is power.
Ralph's Trucking. A Glass Life. Whole Woke Progress. Welcome. Woke Progress. Welcome. B1 for Life. Welcome. The Class Life. Welcome. Ralph's Trucking. Welcome again.
Information is power.
That's right. Information is power. This is the Information Man. Thank you all for being here. Those of you who made it into the chat room, I'm going to be talking about a few things right now. T. Kelly, welcome. Come on in the chat room. Let other people know about the live stream that I'm doing tonight. This is a very important live stream. I got a few things to get off my chest as it relates to the state of Black YouTube and where Black YouTube is going and where it's not going. And I'm going to be frank tonight. I'm going to tell it like it is. I'm going to put it where the goats can get it, because we got a lot of problems in Black YouTube, and it's going to be the end of us if we don't get a grip on ourselves. And I really do mean it, because we're hurting ourselves in the end. And for those of you, if you haven't checked it out, go ahead and check out my second channel. It's Information Man Speaks Podcast. I'm doing some different things over there. This is a little bit of an example of what the sound is going to be like over on that neck of the woods.
Information is power.
And so I want you all to join me over there. Subscribe to that channel, because I'm doing some great things on the podcast. I'm going to be cranking out more material with this kind of sound that you're hearing now. Check this out.
The Information Man podcast can be heard on 9 major platforms. On the second YouTube channel as well, Information Man Speaks Podcast. Spotify, Anchor, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Podbean, Castbox, SoundCloud, and finally, Spreaker.
All right, thank you. Thank you very much for that. We got Queen, I Know I Am, coming in. We've got Cool Jim. Thank you for coming on in. And we got Conscious of Genocide. It's been a while since you've been here, brother. So welcome. Come on in. I've got a few words I want to say as it relates to the state of Black YouTube. So I thank you all for being here. I'm also recording this. I'm pre-recording this on my podcasting channel, which is why you're seeing me with 2 microphones, one over here, which is the podcasting, and one over here, which you're hearing me in the YouTube channel. I think I want to ask everybody to make sure that you share this video in your personal social media. get it out to everybody that you know associates themselves in Black YouTube, because I want to take off the gloves tonight and say a few things. I may be critical in some areas, but hey, it is what it is. Hang on for a moment. Let me fix this a little bit. So you can fully see me. I'm pretty sure you guys are seeing me. Another thing I'm going to do tonight, which I normally would do on the podcasting channel, I won't be doing a lot of it on this main channel, is I have an access code number. So if people would like to call in and actually talk to me live, you can. And I'll give out that access number right now. I'll give it out. Excuse me. I'll give out that access. I'll give out the number and the access code to the conference in just a moment or two after I say what I got to say. And just so you know, for the trolls out there, if you try to call and think that you're going to embarrass old Information Man on his own platform, guess what? When anyone calls me, I can hear it in my microphone. No one else can hear it out there. And if the caller is not appropriate, nobody hears what you say. I can hear it right in this headset. But if it's an appropriate caller, then I simply switch and turn up my extra speaker volume so that you all can hear. So this is specially prepared for the trolls out there. You ain't going to mess up nothing I'm doing. Now, with that said, let me roll up my sleeves and get into it right now. State of Black YouTube. And I'm going to look in the chat room and see what people are writing, and I'll expand upon it as best I can. Let's see. We've got some good folks in there. Oh, we've got the hood mistress reloaded. Brother D Darrell's in the house. Anita B has always been a loyal follower of my channel. Thank you. Makeham's coming in the house. Thank you. Should be a few more people coming in than when I get on my podcasting channel, because that channel is still in the process of trying to grow. So let me have a little bit of drink here. That's delicious. And make sure that you all do something important.
You are listening to Information Man. Please make sure to subscribe to his channel.
Yeah, make sure you subscribe. I definitely need the support. Want your support. Would love to have your support. Everybody out there, if you can actually hear me, if I'm coming through nice and loud and clear and crystal clear and the sound is good, put a 1 in the chat room, please. Put a 1 in the chat room. And we got my man King Wage, who's come in the house. Great. So you can all hear me. The sound is crystal clear, wonderfully clear. Thank you. Thank you, King Wage, for being here. Oh, we got let's see who else we got in there coming in. Mr. Oh God, my reading is terrible. Richard Victor Dixon, haven't seen you in a while, brother. Welcome for coming on in. Smith, thank you for being here. Thank you for being here. Let me give you all a clap. I love playing around with these special effects. I love it. All right, let me get into it right now. I've had a chance to observe what has been happening. As you know, everyone knows out there that Obsidian got his channel deleted. It appears, or it is the reality, that YouTube is purging certain either YouTubers, or they are attacking and going after Black YouTube, because they have to justify that because they're going to take down what you would call white supremacists, or channels that are run by white people who are putting out hate content. They have to lump Black YouTubers into the same bag to justify the politics that they're running down. Now, we know that YouTube has strict rules about content. They don't want you speaking. They don't want you to give hate speech. They don't want you to use a copyrighted music. And by the way, that music that you heard, that spooky music, is not copyrighted, okay? Produced by me. And we got my man, Tony Smith, who's just come into the chat room. Thank you, brother. Let me give you a clap because you've been a big supporter.
Information is power.
Okay, the sounds that you're hearing is the sound that will be exclusively over on the Information Man Speaks podcast. So I just wanted to do this tonight because I thought this was a very special way to introduce the other channel. Make sure that you go into the description of this video and click into where it says second channel. Go over there and subscribe to that channel right now. Follow me there. You will be getting a different content over there. You'll be getting a more radio sound, smooth sound and special effects sound over there. And I'll be getting and talking about a variety of issues. You'll see me going live quite a bit because I got to get watch time up over there. And you'll be seeing me put up videos that you won't actually see me, but you'll hear my voice. And as I did on there, I'm on all these different podcasting platforms that you can catch me on. So if you got a Droid phone, you can hear me on your Droid podcast, on the Apple Droid. If you got what am I talking about? If you got an iPhone, excuse me, folks, you can hear me on Apple Podcasts. If you have a Droid phone, you can hear me also on the Google Podcast. And I have a couple of these links on my other channel on what you would call the art board. Okay. So check that out. I think all of you will enjoy some of the material that you're going to hear on there that you're not going to hear on here. So with that said, once again, Black YouTube, where the hell is Black YouTube going? Let me see who we have in the chat room. I saw someone leave a pretty large message. Let's see, Dallas. Okay, the purge, no mandate. Let me see this. The purge, the nights they got the 2020 selection coming up, the powers that be or shouldn't be are trying to control the narrative. Yeah, they understand. Look, he's right. They understand that social media is more powerful now than actual print media. We might be overtaking radio media, and we're becoming stronger than mainstream media because we are able to give a spin and give full context to issues that are happening to Black people in the world that the news does not talk about. And so what's happening is that people are coming over to social media. People are coming over to YouTube. YouTube is becoming everyone's television instead of regular TV, and it's hurting their numbers. This is a political game, okay? People that are content creators are waking people's minds up to what's going on, okay? And I think that those of us that do that type of content, we're a threat. Now, those of us who do content where we talk about relationships, we talk about Black, female, and Black male, as they say, fuckery, that's becoming problematic because you got to understand something. Who runs YouTube? YouTube is a corporate entity, okay? YouTube is depending on corporate advertisement, which is the advertisement that comes on some of your channels that are monetized. If you got a monetized channel, if I'm saying that correct. And these advertisers don't want their advertising dollars, or they don't want their ads being associated with certain content. 2, I believe the CEO or the president that's in charge of YouTube right now is a female. And so if you're doing content where you're talking maybe not favorable towards women, or you have a slant as it relates to females, well, if YouTube is primarily being run by women, well, of course, they're going to put you in the category of hate speech because they're in charge of it. They're running these platforms, and they're going to hold you to whatever their standards are. Part of the problem why this is happening to Black people, and let me just keep it real as I take the gloves off right now. Look, we are in no position to whine, to cry about YouTube and what they're doing to us. We're in no position. And the reason why we're not in any position to cry or whine about what YouTube is doing is one important thing. We don't own the platform. It's a platform that's owned and operated by white people. Black people don't control YouTube. We don't control the media. We don't control radio. We don't control print media. We don't control visual media. We control our lips, of course. Sometimes we don't control that. So I used to say the same thing. Oh, look at what they're doing to us. Well, if we're on a platform that was never really created for us, then they can do whatever they want to our channels. Now, black people on YouTube often talk about if we had our own business, our own this. We're always talking about if we had our own.
Tell the truth.
I'm here to tell you that we do have our own, but we don't support it, which is why it's not growing like it should. It's not blowing up like it should. It isn't developing at the pace that we all want it to. And that's I'm talking about none other than Black. I'm talking about Black Junction TV. Damn it. We don't even support our own black media. Brother Yusef, who I interviewed back about 2 years ago, created Black Junction TV. I know it doesn't have all the bells and whistles that you want. I know it doesn't have all the bells and whistles that you want, because he decided that he wasn't going to take corporate money so that you wouldn't be censored. The reason why you're censored on YouTube, because they take corporate money. But a black man named Yusuf that owns the Black Junction TV, we don't even support his platform. I paid $10 a month to support the brother's platform. It's a shame that we don't support him. I asked Brother Yusef 2 years ago, how long would it take to get live streaming going on his platform? He said that, well, you need more bandwidth. And it takes time to have enough bandwidth to be able to take on a number of people that would be live streaming. And you know, if he had live streaming, black folks would be all over Black Junction TV, possibly. And it's a 3-man, 4-man, small man running operation. But we don't support. How many of you in the chat room right now have content over there? And give the brother $10 a month to push your content. I know that Black Junction TV is not getting the traffic that it should, because I can look at my views over there and views of the other people that have ported their stuff over. I know that the white man's ice is colder than the white man's ice is colder than the black man's ice. That's how we feel. We stay on YouTube because YouTube has all the bells and whistles. YouTube has the live streaming. YouTube is where you can monetize and make some money. Those of you that are lucky enough. I understand that. But I think it's hypocritical for us as black people to complain about what YouTube is doing to us, but yet we don't support black media where we do have it to prop it up. Because it was black people in the first place that put YouTube on the map. Share this video. Now I know that Obsidian had his channel deleted, and I'm gonna tell you, whether you agree with Brother Obsidian's content is not the point. The point is that he's been censored. And that means that any of us can be censored. Now, I was listening to Reg the Bad Guy's channel today with Brother Wake the Hell Up. He made good points over there. He talked about how what YouTube can also do to you is that if somebody gets their channel banned off the air, like that crazy nut himself, what's that guy that runs that InfoWar junk? What's that guy's name? Damn it. I shouldn't even say his name. He's despicable, but that idiot that ran, who got kicked off of YouTube. Let's say, for example, a person gets kicked off of YouTube and you bring them onto your channel. You could be impacted by bringing someone onto your channel. I heard them say this on Reg the Bad Guy's channel today, that if you bring that person onto your channel, on your platform, to give them a platform to speak, that there's a possibility that your channel can get snatched up because you're associating with someone that they don't want on YouTube. And so they figure, how dare you bring them on when they've been banned? So you are at risk for your channel being demonetized, and in most cases being snatched up, as another further way of censoring free speech. Now you got to ask yourself, is free speech really free on YouTube, other than the fact that it's free for us to load up our channels? How free is it when you can be censored? This is another thing I didn't say. The guy from Texas, thank you for being here. Let me ask y'all a question. Say yes or no. Do larger YouTube channels, I'm going to say it again, do larger YouTube channels, do they have a responsibility, and do they also contribute? Do they have some blame in this? Because if larger YouTube channels are doing things, let's say you've got people arguing on streams, cussing at each other, using the N-word, which is not a good thing. Producing what you would consider ratchet or fuckery material. Do they owe a responsibility to smaller YouTubers who are trying to build their channels up, because you could be judged by the larger YouTubers? Are the larger YouTubers making it bad for smaller Black YouTubers who may not be trying to do content that's overly controversial? Are you guilty by association? Because if the larger YouTubers are being hit hard, then they'll judge us all by that standard. Because you know how it is in America. If a Black man or Black woman gets arrested for something or in trouble for something, they'll say that all of us are the same. And I'm not trying to say this as an indictment on larger channels. I'm just simply saying, are the larger channels the measuring stick for the rest of us? So what happens to them will happen to all of us. And so the question is, do larger YouTubers who have bigger platforms, do they owe us something? I'm about to turn on the access code. If anybody wants to call in, I'll give you the number. I'll have to put it in the chat room as well. While I'm doing that, let me play some music for you. I thank you all for being here.
making money so that everybody straight money. You making money so that you can get a plane money. Don't get your blessings, don't let them get in the way,
This is the Information Man Show. So there you have it. I got the access code put in the chat room. If any of you would like to call in, go ahead and do so. And for the trolls out there, nobody's going to hear you if you come talking some crap because it's all in this headset. I'm double checking your mouths if you're coming wrong with something. So anybody wants to call in, go ahead and do so. All right, brother. Let me hang on for 1 minute. I'll pipe you in just a moment. Let me turn something off. All right, brother. Hang on for 1 minute. I'm gonna bring up volumes. Who's calling? Who's calling again? Yo, let me say something. Let me pull my volumes up. Can everybody hear me now? I gotta fix my mixed board. Okay, everybody can hear me. Can everybody hear Real Brother in there? Can everybody hear Real Brother? Could you hear him talk? You guys could hear him talk. Can you hear me now? Yes, you can hear me. Okay. 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 This is what I got to say, Real Brother. Basically, what I'm saying is that YouTube is cracking down on the content based on their criteria for what they consider hate speech. I don't know how many of us on Black YouTube actually take the time to look at their what their policies are. You may be talking about things that you think is not against their policies when they may be. If they're cracking down and they're going after bigger channels, then you know what they can do to the smaller channels. And the question is, do we in Black YouTube need to clean our act up? Meaning, is gone are the days that we need to be talking about this whole Black female and Black male war of the sexes type talk and getting on here calling each other the N words and having these long panels with long streams where people are arguing. Is that beneficial for us as a people? Is it benefiting the community in YouTube? And at some point, will YouTube just say, I'm tired of these Negroes. Let's get rid of all of them, even if they ain't even said nothing slight.
Now you have a First Amendment lawsuit with the $800 billion company, and there's your reparations. So no, they can't say, let's get rid of all of them. It's against the goddamn law. Okay? They cannot say, we kicked your channels off because you're black. It's against the law. They have to prove that. Here's how it works in a First Amendment case. The First Amendment case will state that if you say something about, it's similar to defamation and the slander law and the libel law, the plaintiff, that would be the person who's suing, would have to prove that the speech was, one, not true. Number one, not true.
Okay.
Number two, that it caused malice. It was done with malice. So therefore, if you call Donald Trump a racist, one, Donald Trump would have to prove that he's not a racist, okay? Which is going to be impossible because his parents were in the Ku Klux Klan and his grandfather was a Nazi. That's number one. Two, he would have to prove malice, which means what you calling Donald Trump a racist would hurt him with racist.
Okay.
Right? They would kick him out of the Klan and out of the Nazi party because you called him a racist, exposed him as a racist to a bunch of racists.
Okay.
So on both counts, he would lose. One, he is a racist. Two, it wouldn't hurt him with a bunch of racists.
Okay.
Okay. If somebody black called him a racist.
Okay.
You see what I'm saying? So that's the same burden that Mr. Farrakhan had to go. If you call for harm against a group of people, even though he was only saying it to his people, how is he going to get in court and prove that there are people, just because of their skin color, that should be harmed? He can't. How are we going to prove that somebody's a devil? There's a race of people that are of the devil. You can't. You can't prove that in court, but you can prove that racists hate Obama because he's black. You can prove 2 + 2. You can prove the earth is round. So what we have to do with our platform, you can't do what Taz was doing. What was he doing? He was calling people homosexuals who had not come out of the closet, even if they were homosexuals.
Okay, well,
do that.
hey,
how you gonna prove somebody's gay? They don't admit that they're
real brother. I'm not. Do me a favor. I don't want to get into. I don't want to get into people's names. I'm not. Look. Listen what I'm saying. Listen what I'm saying. I understand. What's your point?
Don't worry.
Yeah.
You're covered. But all I'm saying is, whatever you say on your platform,
yes,
you have to be able to prove in a court of law. Could Obsidian prove in a court of law that what he's saying about black women is true? And he's going to bring a whole bunch of fake statistics that are not true, and therefore he is not going to get his channel reinstated. The only issue, they suspended my channel for a week. It would have took me 10 years to get that case to the Supreme Court. Before I even filed the paperwork, the ban would have been off, and I'd be right back to making money. And they knew that. Their only fear is they're an $800 billion company, is that somebody will sue them for taking their channel down because they're black.
Well,
can you imagine that lawsuit?
Yeah. Well, let me just say this.
Tremendous.
Let me just say this, real brother, that I think it's a double standard because a couple of years back, I went into a deep rabbit hole and I discovered a whole bunch of, I know you don't like the word white supremacist and all of that. I understand that, but I found a whole bunch of channels on YouTube where they were using Nazi symbols as their cover of their channels. And they were on there talking about black folks like a dog. I was hearing their conversations and I went into a deep rabbit hole and I found all these different channels. I started blocking them all, of course. And I said, God damn, I didn't realize how vast amount of white people on the YouTube platforms that are pushing this hate towards us. And I'm saying to myself, why hasn't YouTube shut their channels down? Apparently, you're not supposed to use any type of anti-Semitic or use Nazi symbols on your art of your channel. And I see it all the time on YouTube where you see these symbolisms. And I'm asking myself, why haven't they gotten rid of these channels? Why is it that I have to report this? So, but yet, when it comes to, let's say, Brother Ben X, who I had the beautiful opportunity to interview, he got his channel taken down. He doesn't use foul language when he does his live streams. He's very respectable, but simply because he shows videos that of Honorable Louis Farrakhan, they snatched up his channel. And this is a brother who has had tons of subscribers, and even got one of those little shiny gold, shiny plaques that YouTube gives you. And they treated him like that, and he had to rebuild his channel again. And I'm saying to myself, why would that happen to him? Well, I understand why it happens, but it happens to him. But they're not doing this to some of these white hate groups that you see on YouTube spousing out their garbage. Now, tonight, I'm not on here to demonize anybody in Black YouTube. I'm simply saying that we might need the manosphere, all the different sectors in YouTube may need to rethink what they're doing if they're looking for longevity on YouTube, because the more corporate YouTube becomes, the more bottom line it becomes about money and their corporate bottom line. And if you don't fit that, they're going to get rid of you. On the other hand, which is really bothering me, is the fact that we have Black platforms like Black Junction TV that are struggling to get Black people to support their Black platforms. And then we wonder as Black people why a Black Junction TV hasn't blown up into the system that we want it to be like YouTube. And the reason why is because we don't support our own stuff.
Tell the truth.
We don't support our own. What are your thoughts, real brother? And keep it on topic, brother.
Yeah, no, I hear what you're saying, but we got to tell the truth, man. See, that's the problem. The biggest problem is we're not telling the truth. And if we say to ourselves,
Tell the truth.
Everybody lie, and let's see if we'll solve the problem. That ain't going to solve the problem. The problem is, let's tell the truth. These are white conservatives. White conservatives founded Google. Got the money. They couldn't get the money. 2 Indian guys started Google. Yeah. Okay. That's right. And they believe they were wrong, but they believe what every lie that somebody else white tells them. So they thought they had to go get 2 white racists to front that they started Google. So they gave the $25 million to 2 white guys who couldn't even spell Google, and there you go. There's Google. So they are white conservatives. When they went public, who do you think gave them the money? The same white conservatives that gave Facebook the money to go, and Twitter and everybody else that goes public. The same people. They're white conservatives. And if you take their money,
information is power.
You better have Alex Jones. You better have Breitbart. You better have whoever. I don't care how liberal you thought you were. If you take our money, you better become conservative, or we're gonna ask for our money back. They're offering me $1,000 a month. Breitbart. All right. Let me give out. Yeah. Let me give out a few shots. That's what I'm saying. I'm saying we got to tell the truth. Okay. Hang on for 1 minute. Hang on for 1 minute. I'm going to mute you down. Let me give a few shout outs to some of the good folks in the chat room. I'll be right back with you, real brother, in just a moment. Everybody, you're listening to the Information Man Show. Thank you for listening. We're not only on YouTube, but we're also on my podcasting channel. I'm pre-recording this for the podcasting channel so I can upload it to all my podcasting networks. As a reminder to you, these are some of the platforms that I'm on.
The Information Man podcast can be heard on 9 major platforms. On the second YouTube channel as well, Information Man Speaks podcast. Spotify, Anchor, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Podbean, Castbox, SoundCloud, and finally, Spreaker.
I'm also on iHeartRadio podcast too, so you can check me out on iHeartRadio podcast as well. Let me give a shout out to brother Big L. Big L has been following my channel from the time I had crickets in the chat room. Let me say to Queen, I know I am. Thank you for the super chat. Let me give you a big clap. And let me give some love to the guy from Texas. Thank you, guy from Texas. Thank you. You've been very supportive to me of a meeting too as well. We've got Sonia C's, who's been supportive of me from the very beginning. We've got Ann 11. She's been supportive of me from the very beginning as well. Anita B, Queen, I Know I Am. It's a lot of good people in the chat room. I want to thank you for those of you that did give a super chat. I appreciate it. I put it back into the show. Now, what you're listening tonight on the Information Man Show is a small example of what you're going to get on my podcasting channel, which is Information Man Speaks Podcast. So make sure you subscribe to that channel. What I'm doing tonight is the last time I'm going to do this style with this quality of sound on the Information Man Show, because I want to make the podcasting channel distinctive from what I do over here. So what you're hearing with the sound effects and all the good stuff that sounds a lot more clear, I might sound a lot more clear to you right now than I normally have. This is the experience you're going to get on the second channel. I've got Real Brother on the other line. I'll be right with him in just a moment, but I had to give out those shout outs. We got Just Being Real. Sister, I love you for the super chat. Let me give you a clap. Thank you for the super chat. So let me get back over to, let me read some comments in here too. Let me see here. I think I'm trying to SoundCloud. Yeah, I'm on SoundCloud. Sonia sees. All you gotta do is look up Information Man Podcast on the SoundCloud, or put either Information Man Podcast or Information Man Show, and you'll find me on there. But it should be under Information Man Podcast, and you'll find me on there. I'll be dropping stuff like this on there all the time. I'm on Anchor as well. I'll be dropping things on Anchor. And if you have, once again, as I said on there, if you have an iPhone, you can hear me on Apple Podcasts. If you have a Droid phone, you can also hear me on Google Podcasts as well. What's nice about listening to the program on those kind of platforms, when everything pods over to there, is that the sound quality sounds like you're listening to a radio program. And that's the kind of quality that I'm going for with the podcast. I want to be able to make the podcast a distinctive sound from, so my podcasting YouTube channel is just an extension to those platforms that was just mentioned there. So thank you. Let me read some other comments in the chat room. Let's see. Let me see here. Oh, and always great information, man. Queen, I Know I Am. Thank you. BBCC Scratcher. BB Silks. Thank you for being here, BB Silks. Let me give you a clap as well. And BB Silk says that she tries to read the YouTube, what we call YouTube policies, and it's very hard to read, that she says, and that's true. It is very hard to read. It's very difficult to understand, but that's the reason why they do that, so that they want to confuse you, so that they can get you on a technicality when you break one of their rules that you don't even understand. So let me get back to and let me go with Filthy Franks. Thank you for being here. Let me give you a clap. And Anita B and Tony Smith. Oh, wait a minute. Let me mod up somebody. We got my man Screw 92 5.30. Let me mod you up, brother. Let me mod you up. And I think I need to say your name correct. So you just been modded up, my brother, because I'm a mod on your channel. And we got Screw 92 5.30. Everybody, this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to put this brother's name in the chat room. I want y'all to go over there and support his channel. Everybody in the chat room, check each other's channels out and support each other. What you could do is you could put a little symbol next to their name. You could put a globe. You could put an apple symbol. You could put I don't care. You can put a chat mark, whatever, that lets that person know that you're now following their channel. Go ahead and support each other, those of you that are in there. So, brother 92 5.30, what's going on, brother? Thank you for being here. Let me get back now. this is what I want to also say before I bring Real Brother back in. I know he's patient over there. This is going to continue happening, like I said, because we don't own these platforms. And so if we think that we can get on these platforms, and that includes me, and say whatever we want to say without there being repercussions by the usual suspects, you know who I'm talking about, then we got another thing coming. Okay? I don't like what happened to Obsidian losing his channel. I don't like what happened to Taz losing his channel. I don't like seeing anybody within Black YouTube getting their channels taken from them, because that means that if that can happen to them, it can happen to any of us, and they can use that as a prelude to get to say, let's get rid of all of these Negroes off of YouTube. Okay, so to me, it ain't about whether you agree or disagree with their politics. It's about the fact that we as a people are being censored on these social medias because they don't want us to have a voice. They don't want us to talk about real issues. And we need to really be aware of how we're conducting ourselves on these platforms, because we got young people watching us too, okay? And they're getting their ideology as to how you look at women, how you look at men, how you look at the world. They're getting this from us. Because like I said, people are not watching television anymore because television is not giving them the content that they want to listen to and hear. Now, let me get back over to Real Brother right now. Real Brother, are you there? Okay. All right, brother.
So I just wanted to continue seeing this. I kind of disagree with what you just said.
All right. Well, tell me why you disagree. Tell me why you disagree, brother. Go ahead.
Okay. I disagree because the problem is everybody's on the same page. Everybody's saying the same thing. And I'm the only one here that has studied the First Amendment and knows the law. I'm the only one that understands they cannot strike your town for cursing. You see, the government regulated over-the-air TV for people 14 years old and up.
Okay.
They determined that there are 7 words that those people shouldn't hear. YouTube is not doing that. If you're 13 years old, you ain't supposed to be on this platform. So they won't ever put in their guidelines, if you call someone the N-word, or you say the F-bomb, they're going to take your channel down. They won't. They can't. Why? It's illegal. Now, if you call someone a devil, you're going to have to prove that. If you say someone's gay and they're not really gay, you're going to have to prove that. Or they don't admit to being gay, but you have to prove that.
Okay, but let me.
When they go to court, they can't say, look, we're a bunch of racists and we don't like black people. You can't say that in court. How come? What the hell? Okay, it's against the law. So what they can do is they can say, go to your platform, and if you're saying things about an entire group of people, they this, them, that,
yeah.
They can take your channel down for that.
Okay,
now,
but
are they white conservatives? Yes. Who's doing it? Originally, it was the advertisers. Now, the listings, you can find the listings of how much money, right? The 37 million black people who have YouTube accounts, only less than 1% of them come to Black YouTube. 37 million black people don't have YouTube accounts, do not come to YouTube. Okay? And the reason they don't come to YouTube is because there's a whole bunch of misinformation on Black YouTube. So they're not coming. And there are people like me who know what the First Amendment says, who know what the rules state and what they can ban a channel for and what they can't. They are afraid of getting sued. You could it's like when the cops kill some kid. They won't put the cop in prison, but you got $2 million coming just like that. How come? Because they work for us.
Well, let me read something. Wait a minute. All right, wait a minute. Let me ask you this question. I got to handle the volume here. Let me ask this question, and I'll be right back, right with you in a moment, Real Brother. I'm going to ask this question of you, Real Brother, but let me read something by brother 92.5.30. He says here, He says here, that is why I always preach build at what? At email list of, an email list of all the people who follow us. So if anything, so basically, he's right. We should build a list of people, a database, emails, whatever, so that if we get kicked off of YouTube, you can find us on some other platform. Like, for example, me. I'm not blowing my own horn, but I am blowing my own horn. If I was to get kicked off of YouTube, guess where you can hear me? You can hear me on my Information Man podcast. Even if they were to shut my YouTube podcast down, they don't shut me down because I can still be heard on all those platforms that I just named to you. And check this out. They don't censor you the same way when you podcast. Matter of fact, I don't have to worry about getting copyright. I can play popular music, anything I want. So my voice won't get shut down because I was podcasting before I was YouTubing anyway. So I would send out those emails to people. He's absolutely right. Now, let me give some love to someone who just super chatted me, and that's my man Cap PY2. Cap, thank you, brother Cap. Here's a clap for you. Love you for that, Cap. Thank you for the super chat. Let me say right here to you, real brother, I'm going to bring you back on. Don't worry. And I may at some point have to take you off the air because I may have other callers who want to come in and talk, real brother. But let me just say this to you. Let me just bring the volumes up. Real brother, this is a question for you. I often hear you say that you're the only one on YouTube, Black YouTube, that is speaking the truth. And I know that people laugh at you. They make jokes about what you're saying and all of that. But clearly, brother, let's be honest here. You can't be the only one that's speaking truth on YouTube. There are other people on YouTube that are speaking some truth. You just probably don't hear about them, or you don't hear them. I have discovered people that are talking truth, but they don't get recognized, right? They get buried in YouTube, right? I know for a fact that I've done videos that were very positive videos that got buried. YouTube sends me an email and says, oh, your video's been blocked. It can't be shown here, it can't be shown there. Let's say like the video I did about Malcolm X. I did a tribute to Malcolm X. And they told me right away, oh, this video is going to be blocked. Why? Because Malcolm X is a Black man who they feel is speaking controversial truth. That's truth. And they don't want the masses of our people continuing to hear his message. So they say, what? Your video's blocked. It can't be heard here, and it can't be heard there. What are your thoughts?
Yeah, well, like I said, there's 99% of the Black people that have YouTube accounts never come to Black YouTube. They're Black. They don't come here, and they don't come here for a reason. And we don't want to admit what that reason is. But that reason is just like you said. If we all stick together with the same lie and lock arms as you go off the cliff, that's unity. But it ain't true. It ain't accurate, and it's not beneficial for the Black community. Nobody that has a platform should be saying, well, it's us against them. They're going to kick us all off. Why? But that's against the law, and they will get sued in a class action lawsuit, and 37 million people will be getting paid $10 million each. So they do that. But what they are going to do is hope and do everything they can to suppress voices like mine that are willing to come to Black YouTube every day, all day, and just simply tell you the truth. And that is, if you can defend what you're saying. When I told Taz that, because he was on my panel, he said, well, I can prove that these people are gay and all Obama did was something gay. How? Well, the Affordable Care Act, it only went to gays. Okay.
All right, but brother, wait a minute, brother, real brother. I'm taking control of my program now. Had to mute you down. I don't want to get into these whole issues about personalities on YouTube. I know you've had debates with Taz and other people on YouTube, but let's look at it this way. I agree that some of the content in Black YouTube may need to be toned down in terms of what violates YouTube's policies. I definitely know that when you have channels that talk heavily as it relates to women, that they're going to be in a jeopardy because you have to look at who is YouTube's or what is YouTube's leadership. Their leadership is female. And if those females that work within their leadership and their corporate structure don't want to hear men, whether it be Black men, white men, or any men, talking negatively about women, whether we agree with it or not, their channels are going to be targeted. Now, you say that that's a violation of freedom of speech and that you know what the rights are when it comes to freedom of speech. However, YouTube is a social media, and YouTube is not the federal government. YouTube isn't necessary under the Constitution of the federal government as it relates to free speech. YouTube gives you the vehicle to give free speech, but you know the old saying, real brother, you can't go into a crowded theater and yell fire, brother. You can't do that. So YouTube, because they are an entity, they have policies that they have to follow. So for example, I can't get on YouTube and say I'm gonna kill someone or take someone's life on YouTube. That's a violation. I might have the freedom of speech. You can't say that, even though we live in a country that has quote unquote freedom of speech. I'm here to tell you, real brother, in American society today, I don't know how free our speech is. Do I want do I want white people or other groups of people on YouTube saying nasty things about Black people? No, I don't want to hear that. Can I stop it? I can complain to YouTube. YouTube has the responsibility to protect different groups from any hate speech. Whether we agree with the speech or not, the question is, in Black YouTube, are they targeting Black YouTubers? Real brother, if you're talking, nobody can hear you. I'm controlling this. That's why I brought your volumes down. This is the Information Man Show. Do we have the right to say whatever we want on YouTube? Whether it be about Black people, other people of other races. Do we have that right? Real brother, I'm bringing your volumes up now. Do we stay on topic here, brother? Do we have the right to say whatever we want on YouTube? Real brother, nobody can hear the things that you're saying. It's all in here. Real brother, I'm asking you a question. Do Black people have the right to say whatever they want on YouTube? Relax, brother. Relax.
Black people have a right to say what they want. It's called the First Amendment. And if you don't read it and you don't know what it's real brother, you've got to calm down, brother. I'm not cussing at you. I'm not yelling at you. I'm not going to let you get on here and cuss up a storm, brother. I'm asking that question for the sake of the program and for everybody in the chat room and everyone listening. So, brother, please, once again, do we have a right to say whatever we want? You want everybody to get their channel taken down, and then they leave yours up. It ain't gonna happen.
Did you hear anything I just said?
Understand what the law is.
Okay.
You're gonna lose your channel.
Okay. Now we're on topic. So if we don't understand what the law is, we lose our channel.
Yes, YouTube does not get its own constitution, and they can make their own rules about the First Amendment. They can't.
Okay.
They'll get sued, and they'll give up all that $800 billion they make every goddamn year.
Okay.
$74 billion off of us.
So let me ask you. Okay, go ahead.
What I'm saying is, they will only strike a channel if they can prove to a court that you can't prove what you're saying about somebody.
Okay.
So if you are talking about the Republicans and the Russians and everything you're saying is true, they cannot take your channel. You have two burdens of proof.
Okay. All right.
What you're saying is true. It's 2 + 2 4. The earth round, and racists hate Obama because he's black. If that's true, they don't have a case. 2.
Okay.
Does it hurt you with the people that you're lying to? Okay. And if it doesn't, then they don't have a case and they can't take your channel down.
Okay. So let me. Okay. So real brother, this is my last words for you, and I'm gonna have to bring on another caller. For example, let me just ask you this question. Let me ask you this question, brother. Let me ask you this question. It's a very good question. So, as of right now, brother Abyssinian, if they decide to say we ban you, Abyssinian, from YouTube, you can't ever produce, he has a right to sue YouTube under the First Amendment Act, right? Or wrong? Yes or
he has a right to. He has a right to, but he's going to lose. How come? Because how is he going to prove that all black women are degenerate, inferior, and unsuitable for marriage? How are we going to prove that when there's millions of black women who are married?
Okay. Well,
How are we gonna prove it?
all right, real brother, I'll be talking to you. Maybe we'll try to do a political show together with like a panel.
Yeah, let's do it, man.
Let's do it. And then
It's a shame. I'm telling you.
This what I
journalism for 30 years.
Okay.
Got my degree in journalism.
Okay.
I know the First Amendment. These guys don't.
Okay. Well,
Shame on you.
real brother. Let me tell you. Let me ask you something else too. I'll communicate with you behind the scenes, and we'll figure out the whole email situation. Let everybody know in the chat room before you leave, brother. Name your channel and where they can find you. Go right ahead.
Okay, I'm at RBR Network on YouTube. Just put in RBR Network. All right, the alternative to conservative. All right, but thank you for having me on. But let's try to talk about the topic, and the topic is the First Amendment, not this nonsense about they want to kick everybody black on YouTube. They're mad in the fucking lawsuit if they kicked everybody black off of YouTube.
Well, wait a minute, real brother. What I'm saying, don't mischaracterize what I'm saying. What I'm saying is they could use, if they take down bigger YouTube channels, they could use the bigger YouTube channels as the litmus test to take down smaller channels that they believe are speaking hate speech. So what I'm saying is, if you have a smaller YouTube channel that is sort of trying to emulate themselves as to what the bigger YouTube channels are doing, and they're talking similar, they're saying things that YouTube feels is against their policies, then they will attack other black YouTube channels and take them down. That's really what I'm trying to say. I'm not saying they're going to take down all black channels. They're going to take down channels that they deem are violating what they see as their policies. That is what I'm trying to say, brother.
Tell the truth.
Okay, brother. Well, I'll talk to you later. Real brother, thank you for calling in. Thank you, brother. All right. All right, brother. So, everybody out there you have it. That was the real brother. I'm gonna dial up the number again. If anyone else wants to call in and talk about this issue, let me go ahead and hopefully we got the access number still in there. Let me see if it's still in the chat room so I can pull it up and send it out again. If anyone has that number already, put it in the chat room. I've got it, but I want to see if I can cut and paste it over quickly. Oh, I'll have to write it in like I did before. Give me a moment, and I'll fire it up again. Give me a moment. Here's some music for you again, folks. Thank you for being here with the Information Man Show.
Get it poppin'.
Yeah, let me say something. If people in the chat room are not saying anything disrespectful, to all the moderators, and I love all the moderators, let them say what they got to say. If it gets a little bit too funky, you know what to do. But let people speak. Now, if you got legitimate trolls in there, you know what kind of trolls I'm talking about. Get rid of them immediately. But give people a little bit of room to talk. If they're blatantly disrespectful, then you know what to do. If they're blatantly disrespectful, you get them the hell out of there. All right. I put the number in there and the access code if anybody else would like to call. This is what I want to say. That's why I was trying to tell Real Brother, don't misunderstand what I'm saying. I'm talking about them going after smaller YouTubers who are probably emulating themselves after bigger YouTubers who do what you would call risque or controversial type of content. But I personally believe that they do want to purge us off of YouTube, because those of us that are talking about issues that they don't want the masses hearing, such as ADOS, such as tangibles 2020, as Tariq Nasheed always says, tangibles, right? When we talk about narratives and that we don't want these political parties, Democrats, Republicans, throwing any candidates at us. And on YouTube, we're able to tell you the flaws of these candidates. They don't want us talking that. They want us to follow the status quo of the mass media, because mass media is program media. What do I mean by program media? Just that, it's programmed to program your mind to be conditioned to believe whatever they tell you, which is the biggest lie. Media is the biggest circus right now on television. All of it is a circus, and they don't want us plugging out of television and mass big alphabet channels to focus on channels where we as Black people can congregate and talk about issues that mass media won't talk about and won't address when it comes to us. We're doing it, and I think that there is a little bit of a jealousy, and I believe that we are seen as a threat, which is why I believe that they would like to get rid of some channels. I gave a perfect example. Ben X. Ben X runs a respectable program over in his channel, and they did him dirty wrong. Can't nobody tell me that ain't true. Let me give a shout out to King Wage, the real Aaron Collins, T. Kelly. Okay, who else do we have in there? The Wacky World TV. Let me give you all some love with a clap. Oh, yes. That feels good to give you guys a clap. I'm glad that you all came in. So call in the number. I gave you the number. Call in. There's the number, the access code. If you want to give your opinions about the state of Black YouTube and what's happening. Let me also bring out the fact that, do we have too many panels, discussions on YouTube where we have too many arguments? Are we doing too much with the panels in the back and forth arguing that we sometimes engage in? And I'm also guilty of this too, where I have gotten on panels and I've gotten into it with people. I'm guilty of it. I put myself in the same bag. Are we doing too much on Black YouTube? And does it hurt, as I said before, the smaller YouTubers that are trying to build their channels up too? What are your thoughts? Somebody call in. I gave you the access number. Call in. Who's on the line? Muhammad's on the, is it Muhammad is the one?
Yes, sir.
Okay, brother. Let me get my situation on my board right here, and let me get you in. Oh, brother, what's on your mind? You hear what I'm talking about tonight? What is your thoughts about the state of Black YouTube right now? Who's on the line?
Hello.
Okay, you know what? I think there's two people on the line. Let me see what I can do here. Let me add. Somebody will have to call back in. I can hear Muhammad is the one. The other brother, do me a favor. Let me talk to this brother briefly. You call back in so I can get you on the line. So is this Muhammad is the one? Okay, real Aaron Collins. You know what? I got to figure out how to manipulate this conference call so I can have people on hold and then bring them in. Real Aaron Collins, you're online, brother. How are you feeling, first of all?
I'm doing well, brother. I'm glad to hear from your information, man, again. Peace out to the chat.
Okay. What are your thoughts about what's happening in Black YouTube?
Well, you know, it's no surprise to me. It's no surprise to me at all. They've been watching us for the longest. We already know that they're watching us. The thing is that a lot of times, in a way, I think that we get too shocked, we get too surprised.
Yes.
But instead, what we need to do, we need to be a little bit more proactive, and we need to move away from some of the real flashy talk. And, you know, we do need to still continue informing our people about issues that's going on in our community. But a lot of the greasy talk that we do, some of the unnecessary talk, that needs to stop. Like you said before, like using like code words, using certain words and certain terms that could trigger things, and that will even cause them more to start zeroing in on us. But we know it's a purge.
Okay. You overheard me talking to Real Brother. And of course, he says that 99% of Black people on YouTube are telling lies. We've heard that narrative that he always says. And you heard me clearly say to him that I don't think that all Black people that are on YouTube are making content that's not based in truth. And I think that even if you don't agree with what other people are doing, because this isn't about putting an indictment on anybody. This is me basically saying that even if you don't agree with different people on YouTube and what they do, I believe when they attack the bigger YouTube channel, it sends a message to the rest of us. And I also believe that the bigger YouTube channels have a responsibility as well, because what they do negatively and positively impacts the rest of us, as well as younger people out here who emulate and follow these channels, man. We've got young people following what people are saying.
Yeah.
And so I owe a responsibility when I put on a video and I talk about a topic. I owe a responsibility to people who are listening, young people that may be listening, anybody. If I was to sit up here and say, as a YouTuber, I don't owe nobody no responsibility. Yes, you do, because some people are supporting you. Some people are super chatting you. Some people are a part of your Patreon. And by the way, those of you that are a part of my Patreon, I will start loading up exclusive content over there. I've been very derelict and not getting that Patreon together like I should. So, you know, if you got people that your Patreon, then you do owe them the respect of making sure your content is on point. What are your thoughts, Real Aaron Collins?
Yeah, that actually makes a lot of sense. We do have some kind of responsibility, because we do hold some kind of influence, particularly with young people, and a lot of them are very impressionable to begin with. So we want to definitely lead them in the right direction instead of with all this negative talk, particularly when it comes to these gender wars and stuff like that, because that's really a detriment to us as a community. We should not be at war with each other as men and women. We actually need to come together more so than ever, because just looking outside the window, what's happening was we got these officers running amok. You got the school system, and not to mention those in our own community that are just going wild against us too. I mean, we got a lot of that as well.
Okay.
We just need to be, like I said, more proactive and more aware, more vigilant, and just more alert.
All right.
And I know I've said this before. It's easier probably said than done. Sound like a broken record.
Mm-hmm.
But it's something that needs to be dealt with.
Okay,
And
brother.
there's no way around it.
Let me say this because I got. Okay. Hey, yeah, I want you to be heard, Aaron, brother. This is what I want to do, brother.
Yeah.
Thank you for coming on and talking to me tonight about this. Let me let this brother say his piece, and let me give a shout out to brother Doug, who's in the chat room. Thank you for being here. Let me give a shout out to brother Dubian, who's in the chat room as well. Let me give a shout out to everybody that's in there. Sonia sees again, and hang on, I gotta give a shout out to somebody else in there. Owens, brother Owens, that's in there. Nikki Love. Thank you for being here. Let me give you all a clap right now. Thank you. All right. Okay. Who am I speaking to right now, brother? Again.
It's Muhammad is the one. How you doing this?
Okay.
Man?
All right, brother. Muhammad is the one. Hey, good to hear you. Hey, brother, what are your thoughts on this whole situation that's going on in Black YouTube, as we call it these days?
Well, I can speak from experience. I won't mention these brothers' names that I know personally.
Yes.
But all they do is talk about boxing. One guy had his super chat removed. The other guy was under some type of investigation.
Yes.
I guess because the trolls was hitting his channel.
Yes.
The other one was not allowed. Was his live stream was taken away. Plus, he does journalistic reporting on boxing. With the event that just passed this Saturday, he was banned from going into his hometown arena, Madison Square Garden, interviewing fighters.
Right.
That's how deep it got. You understand?
So
I was like, wow.
So let me ask you this question, brother, if you don't mind me asking. You heard the real brother on here saying that, well, they can't get rid of everybody because that would be a violation of the First Amendment right that we have, or the freedom of speech or what have you. But I was saying that, hey, I think personally they want all of us gone. And here you just gave an example of brothers that are talking boxing, and they just discarded them like that. What are your thoughts on that? What are your thoughts, brother?
My thoughts on that, okay, I understand the brother's passion, but you know what? We have to kind of temper the emotion and think more analytically when it comes to these people. Because, see, with emotion, you get mad and you go off the deep end, and then they got you. See what I'm saying? So we have to think more analytically on what we do, how we move. We got to move strategically, how we move, because that's the only way to navigate around this whole thing. Right? But now, at least, you understand?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
We got to use our smarts. We got to use our brain. And don't let these people see you sweat. Don't let these people get you out of character. Don't let these people do it to you like that. You know what I'm saying, brother? Yes.
Let me say something. I got to ask you this question.
Sure.
Do you think, because of what's going on and what probably has been going on, do you think that this is a wake-up call, or should be a wake-up call, that maybe we need to rethink what we're doing on YouTube, what our purpose is, that we may need to rethink how we conduct our panels, some of the language and the stuff that goes on? You know what I'm talking about.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I believe we should. We have to, we have to temper some of the language, because I've seen different shows and different panels, and they bang on each other, and when they bang on each other like that, that's exhibit A for these people to really pick on that. You see what I'm saying?
Yes, sir.
So, to me, that's out front and center, like you said, because we have young people that are so into social media and influential that they're watching it. What do they think? What are they thinking at that moment in time? You see what I'm saying?
Yes,
so
sir.
We have to be kind of cool with that. Like, you surprised me just now. I didn't know Obsidian had his channel taken. I didn't even know that.
Yeah, I got an email about this, and I heard Reg the Bad Guy talking about this on his channel. I believe, if I'm not mistaken, that they either deleted or took one of his major channels. I think Obsidian has a few other channels, but let's say YouTube wants to say, for example, you're banned for life, you can't come back. Then they'll go after the other channels that he has. And then Reg the Bad Guy, along with Wake the Hell Up, they had a great conversation today. They said that what if, for example, Obsidian or anyone else goes onto someone else's channel, you know, as a guest? Could that affect, for example, if Obsidian was on my channel right now, could that affect my channel? Could it target me? And YouTube say, wait a minute, we banned this person. We don't want this person on YouTube. And he came on the Information Man show. Information Man show's got to go. Could that happen? Because Reg the Bad Guy and them, they made good points about this.
Well, you know the answer to that. The famous 3 words when it comes to black people.
Yeah.
Guilty by association.
Yes, sir. Guilty by association. Yes, sir.
You know
Yes,
how
sir.
that goes.
Okay, brother. Let me do here. Do you have? I got another brother that's on the line that I'm going to bring on. So, do you have any last statements you want to make so I can bring this next brother on?
Well, I think as a wake-up call to answer your last question.
Yes, sir.
We're gonna have to probably pool our resources to get our own YouTube. So. Wait
a minute now, brother. I sat up here and preached to the high mountaintop about Black Junction TV. Yes. Black Junction TV is in the state that it's in because we are not supporting it. Right. I was one of the first people to interview Brother Youssef about 2 years ago, and he was talking about how he wanted to do live streaming. But he said to do live streams, you got to get more bandwidth. That costs money. He said he also did not want to take He said he also didn't want to take corporate money because he knew this meant as soon as he takes corporate money, then they can censor what Black people have to say. So as a result, Black Junction TV, in my opinion, is not where it should be because I really think that Black people are just not supporting it because we like the bells and whistles of YouTube, not realizing that we could give Black Junction TV the same bells and whistles if we supported it. But you know how they say we like the white man's ice better than we like the black man's ice. I'll have to let you go, brother, but thank you. Thank you very much for being here.
Thank you for having me, and thank you for taking my call, brother.
Anytime, brother, anytime. Thank you for being here. Thank you. All right, thank you. Who's next on the line? Who do I have? Okay, brother. Let me see what I can do. We got Malcolm Fletch TV on the line, and we got brother Progressive. Who else do we have? Who else do we have? Hello? I don't know what happened. Call back in if you got. Go ahead and talk. Go ahead. Yeah, I want you to talk. I want you to call in because you were waiting patiently. Brother, my brother Malcolm Fletch TV. You're my brother. I'm gonna have you on too. I'm gonna have you on. Go ahead. The brother that's on right now, I need to speak, brother, because you were waiting. That is right. Go ahead, brother.
Yeah, okay. So this is Woke Progressive. I actually think this is a very important and interesting topic.
Woke Progressive. Thank you for being here.
That talks about, no problem, man. I love your show. And I think a point that we may have missed throughout this entire conversation is that YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, all of these large corporations that reside themselves in Silicon Valley, California.
Yes.
They're pushing for an agenda. And so as long as we have an agenda of Black empowerment and fixing the Black community and Black men behaving in certain ways and Black women behaving in certain ways, and that message is resonating and they see it's collecting power, of course they're going to take us down. That's why they've taken Minister Louis Farrakhan off of Facebook. That's why Brother Ben X, as you mentioned, that's why his channel was previously taken down.
Right.
Because if you're on YouTube talking about ratchetness, talking about thuggery, taking advantage of Black women, all types of nonsense, oh yeah, they'll let channels like that flourish. But the minute you get on to talk about Black empowerment, they get afraid. And that's what this agenda is about. This is about the larger agenda of what YouTube and the corporate powers that be are trying to do to us and silence us because they don't want to see our empowerment and what we need to do in response to that. And I think you have the exact solution. Start our own platform instead of whining, complaining about it all day, saying, "Oh, well, the white man this, the white man that." Well, you see what the white man is doing. The white man has been playing his game for hundreds of years now. What are we going to do in response to that? And I think that's where this leads.
Yeah, brother. I think that it is to be expected if we're using a platform that they run and operate. It is to be expected. So I want to thank you for you have any other comments? Looks like we got a lot of folks trying to come in, but you have any other comments you want to make, brother? And I want to thank you for supporting me.
Oh, no problem. That's really it. I just think, it's important for YouTubers like me, YouTubers like you, to talk behind the scenes, get together, to come up with solutions, to bring our audiences onto other platforms, to make those platforms viable in the long run.
Okay. Let me, brother, let me do this, brother. Put your avatar. I'm gonna look for your avatar, but if you put another message in the chat room, I'm gonna mod you up, brother, if you're not already modded up on the channel. But thank you. I'm gonna have to go to my man Malcolm Fletch TV, and then whoever's behind him. Malcolm, brother Fletch, are you there?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Whoever's, let me see. We got some feedback there, a little bit of feedback. Turn down anything that you have on because the feedback's coming through. Okay. Brother Fletch.
It sounds like somebody's listening to you in the background.
Yeah, I need them to turn. Whoever that is that's listening to me in the background, please. Oh, I know what's going on. It was me. I'm the culprit. I should have had something was unmuted. Go ahead, brother. Malcolm Fletch TV, and everybody out there, make sure you subscribe and support brother Malcolm Fletch TV like your life depends on it. Go right ahead, brother.
Yes, sir. Peace and assalamu alaikum, family. This is your brother Malcolm Flex TV, member of the Nation of Islam. And your brother, a few months, did a video called "The Age of Information."
Oh,
Battle
yeah.
in the Sky.
That's right. That's right.
And that video
Tell the
describes
truth.
how Israel has control over mainstream media and social media.
Right.
Okay, they own all of the mainstream media companies and most of the social media platforms that we use today. Okay, and they have a form of propaganda called the Hasbara Project.
Wow.
Okay, this is a project that pushes pro-Israeli propaganda. So when we have brothers and when we have groups who speak on these social media platforms, because YouTube is basically considered alternative media.
Okay.
So basically, everybody's migrating from mainstream media to social media to this alternative media. So now they see that there's a new market that they can benefit from, but they see the people there being able to expose this cabal, this circle, this group of people who have been ruling over us like masters.
Right.
So when you have groups and you have people in this sector raising up the dead and waking people up to the truth that has been going on, the enemy does not want that, so he's working 24/7. YouTube, I stated in the video that they had hired over 10,000 people just to comb through all of the content that they have on YouTube. They hired tens of thousands of people just to review all the content.
Right.
For either removal or removing people's channels. And I had said this months ago around the time when Brother Ben X got his YouTube channel removed. Before Minister Farrakhan was banned from Instagram and Facebook, I was talking about a group on Facebook called They Can't. And what they do is they find anything that may pose, that may seem like anti-Israel, and they take the link from the YouTube channel or Facebook pages, and they put it in this Facebook group, and they ask everybody, all of their followers on this Facebook group, to go and flag the videos. Go and flag the videos. So we may think that, you know, it's just the people that work for YouTube, but it's also other groups and that are led by Israelis who have an army of flaggers. You know what I mean? So,
yes.
So basically, we are up against a machine. So I don't think it's necessarily when we do our little panels and we be building, and you know, these people just don't want free thinking black people on this platform.
Right, brother. You know, I'm gonna tell you right now, I'm so glad that you called in, because you did an incredible video and you broke it down, and this is a byproduct of what is happening to us now here. And everybody out there, check out Brother Malcolm Fletch TV. Check out the video he's talking about. The brother is 100% on point. He's been very supportive of my channel, and you need to get your butts over to his channel. Brother Fletch, do you have anything else that you want to add? Let me just add this. You probably heard Real Brother saying that we're protected under freedom of speech and all of that. But I just had a brother call me up and say, I think it was Brother Woke Progressive. I just had a brother call me up and say that there was some brothers who have a boxing channel, and they're just talking boxing, and they snatched them up.
Right.
So that's why I believe that there is, you can call it a conspiracy theory, call it what you will. I think there is a systematic agenda to shut the voices of black people up when it comes to using these social platforms to wake our people up.
Right. Yeah. Yes, sir. These
Tell
are the
truth.
Police. Okay. There was a Muslim sister. I believe she lived in Texas, and they had a new policy, right? I think she was a college teacher or something like that, and they had a new policy. This sister was from Palestine, and in the new policy is stated that if you have any type of protest against Israel, you cannot be hired as a teacher to teach at any college in this state. Okay?
Yes,
so
sir.
They are trying to right now lobby in Congress because they have power in Congress. They have how can I put it? They have a powerful lobby.
Okay.
In American Congress on the Republican side and the Democratic side, to where that they are trying to make it almost criminal to criticize and condemn the evil act that Israel is over there doing to the Palestinians. Okay, then anybody that speaks in criticism of them, they are trying to go as far as to get him locked up. They try to do it with the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan. They try to pass a bill in Congress saying that not only he's anti-Semitic, but he should be locked up for the things that he's been saying. So this is what they are also doing on a bigger level to these social media platforms. They saying, well, hey, if you don't like us, then why are you all on our platform anyway? And then they give us the boot. So to be honest, the First Amendment really don't mean crap because this is a privately owned company.
That's what I was.
They can do whatever they want to do on their platform.
You're absolutely right, because I maybe I didn't say it correct to Real Brother, but because they are sort of a private entity and they have policies that they have to adhere to. Like I said, you can't go into a theater and yell fire, right? So if YouTube has policies that they deem, we don't want you talking about women, We don't want you talking about people that are gay, and we don't want you talking about Jewish people. And they consider that their example of going into a theater and yelling fire. They can get rid of your butt in the so-called right to free speech. It won't apply because they could say, well, wait a minute. YouTube has rules and policies that they send you to read. So did you read that, sir? Did you? So it puts you in a trick bag. So, but brother,
But check this out though. Now, the American government does not own the Federal Reserve. The Federal
Tell
Reserve
the truth.
is owned by private
it's a private bank.
Family,
yes,
Jewish family.
Yeah.
Okay, so
it's a private
the
bank.
American government doesn't even print its own money.
Right,
Okay?
right.
So the people who print the money are the real rulers of the land.
Right.
Okay? So just how the American government really doesn't have any power in any state, so to the Federal Reserve, it doesn't have any power or any say so over these privately owned companies that are also owned by these Jewish people.
Okay.
It's just like YouTube is just like the Federal Reserve right now, in a sense. The government has no power, no say so to tell them what to do on their platform.
Right, right.
And that's what we don't understand that.
And so let me just say this, I'm gonna go to some other callers, brother Malcolm Fletch. Brother, I love you calling in. Let me just say this, brother. As long as we are using these platforms, then a lot of things can happen to us. What we should do when you see someone who has a black platform that we can utilize, we should take advantage of utilizing it. If we are going to stay on YouTube, right, we just have to keep in mind that it ain't our house. We just simply guess walking around in the house. And when they get sick, and like any guest, when you get sick of them, you show them the door.
Absolutely.
So thank you for being here with me, brother. So, brother, let me go ahead and see if I can get another caller to be fair. But I'll be doing more of this stuff. And I appreciate you calling in, brother. I really do. Thank you for being here, brother. So there he is. Appreciate you too, brother. That's Brother Malcolm Fletch TV. Make sure that you subscribe and check out his channel. And I should toot my own horn right now. Make sure you subscribe to my channel.
You are listening to Information Man. Please make sure to subscribe to his channel.
All right. Is there anybody else on the line that would like to chime in on this subject matter tonight? All right. Let me down that down. So there you have it. That was brother Malcolm Fletch TV, putting it where the ghosts can get it. And when I always say that term, that's a term that I got from brother Joe Madison, the Black Eagle. And he talks about what goats do is they eat at the root. They get to the root of issues. So that's why I always use that term. I'm going to put it or give it to where the goats can get it, because when I do material like this, I want to give it to you where you guys can eat it at the base of it, that you can get the information at its very most basic level. This is the deal. Like I said, we are simply guests in this house we call YouTube. We don't own it. So therefore, if they have rules and we are breaking, quote unquote, their rules that they've come up with, then they can show us the door. Which is why, instead of complaining about it, we build our own platforms. Now, I named the platform for you, Black Junction TV. I paid Brother Youssef about $10 a month to support his channel. And I'm telling you, I don't think black people, from what I'm observing, are supporting the channel, supporting his platform that he has provided to us. I don't think we're supporting it like we should. And as long as we're going to be on, quote unquote, YouTube, which has the bells and whistles, these are the things that we're going to be at risk for. And that is our channels being taken down. You heard a brother call in stating that he listened to a boxing program and they got taken down and they weren't doing anything crazy on their channel. Brother Ben X got his channel taken down when he was simply just showing some stuff that brother, the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan was talking about, nothing negative, and he got taken down. I have done videos that were positive, like positive empowerment for Black people, and YouTube sends me an email and says this content's been blocked over here and blocked over there. I even did a video about the police and how they're treating us, and they blocked some of that video. And I know this thing about Black YouTube. If you put the word Black in your description of your video, which I'm sure this video will get hit that way, they sort of try to demonetize your channel. You can't get it demonetized. You can't get it monetized. You can't get that content pushed out there unless you got this huge channel already. Okay, they don't like that word Black. Okay, I'm going to say to you, we have to ask ourselves, those of us that are content creators, why are you on YouTube? Are you on YouTube to entertain people, to educate, to inspire, to empower? What are you on here for? Or are you on here to do all those things? And there's people that do all those things. Now, personally, I do enjoy channels where you have panels and you have debates over very controversial topics. I love it. You see me over there on O'Shea Duke Jackson's channel, brother O'Shea Duke Jackson, and shout out to him. I go over there on the Sunday Rumble. It gets a little heated, but we do occasionally talk about issues that are very important that Black people need to hear. Although they can be controversial, certain languages are said that you might agree or not agree with. But you know what? Sometimes Black people, we need forums to be able to lay our hair down. We need a barbershop type forum. A barbershop is where Black men, and beauty shops are where Black women can go and say what's on their mind. That is what the manosphere has been. That is what Black YouTube has been for Black people. That has been what the panels have been. It's a way for us to be able to express things that we otherwise cannot express in other company. But the question is, do we go too far in Black YouTube on certain topics? Do we overdo it on certain topics? Do we overdo it talking about what's wrong with Black women? Do we overdo it talking about what's wrong with Black men? Do we overdo it with the Pookie and Ray Ray talk? Do we overdo it at times? And eventually, YouTube is going to get sick of it, and they're definitely going to get rid of you if they're not making no money off of you too. That's another thing to look at too. Do you bring economic benefit to YouTube? And if you don't, they get rid of you. Now, when you look at people who have below 1,000 subscribers and YouTube won't let you go live stream, another reason why they don't want you to live stream so much, because one, they don't want you to put out the real deal information, and two, they're having a bandwidth problem. That's right. That YouTube is having a bandwidth problem. They're having servers that are crashing because people are going buck wild with the live streams. People are doing live streams where they're not even talking to you. They're sleeping. They're showing you a picture, which personally I think is terrible content, because you're not interacting with people, because they're trying to get watch time. You got to ask yourself, what are you on YouTube for? What are you trying to do? What are you trying to accomplish? Let me see if somebody else is on the line. Is somebody else there? Is somebody else on the line? All right. Who's calling? Antonio, brother, what's on your mind? You're live with Information Man Show, brother. Speak your mind about Black YouTube. What are your thoughts?
I just had a couple things I wanted to touch on as far as what goes on, as far as what I see from YouTube and the things that go on. And the first one that I want to talk about is law. Now, RBR seems to be the culprit for thinking that everything as far as Black people and law thinking that these things are going to coincide with us if we follow the rules. How long have we followed the rules and been shown different?
Okay. Okay. You make a good point, brother. You make a good point.
Tell
Now,
the
the
truth.
next one that I wanted to talk about is the truth. You know, people like yourself, I'm going to call you Uncle Info because, you know, that's one of the reasons why I watch your show, right? You know, the last one I think I called was the 2 that you did about black hair.
Okay. Well, let me tell you something, brother.
And
I appreciate, wait a minute. Let me tell you something. I'm a humble brother, and I appreciate you telling me firsthand that you enjoy watching what I do. I appreciate that. Okay. I'm not a brother that would not appreciate that type of support. So I'm telling you right now, thank you, brother. I got to give you a clap for that.
Information is power.
Okay, brother. Continue with what you were trying to say, brother.
Okay. The next thing I wanted to talk about was the truth.
Okay.
And there's a lot of platforms on here that bring a lot of truth as far as what really goes on around the world.
Right.
I've been to certain places in the world where you can't even speak about certain people in certain places. You really can't. And I think the last time that I went down to Africa and I just happened to almost let it slip about something about the Jews, and they was like, no, you can't do that. You can't say you can't say anything about them.
Right.
And I'm like, what the fuck is going on? Like,
right.
Why are y'all so? But once again,
Right.
I have to piggyback off the last brother that called Malcolm X. Hey, he was telling the truth.
Yeah, Malcolm Fletch. Yeah, Malcolm Fletch TV. He told the truth, and you just came in right behind him and reinforced what he said. Yes.
Yeah. So once again, now let's get to the third topic about what I wanted to talk about. What's the Jews?
Okay.
Is there anything as far as a multimedia platform that they don't own?
Well, brother.
Seriously, like from Google, YouTube, I mean, the list just goes on and on. On top of the fact of, we all know for a fact that the Jews controlled the slave trade for the past 2,000 years. That's no secret.
Mm-hmm.
So for them to come in here and jump on top of us, is this really anything new?
No, this is not new, which is why we can't whine and cry on YouTube about what they're doing to us. We're not in charge of the ship. We're not the captain of the ship. We're passengers on the ship. And as long as we can, as long as we remain passengers on this ship, when the captain says your ass got to get off, your ass is going to be gotten off. Now, until we have until we have our own ship where we're the captain, we run the rules.
Yeah.
Then this is what's going to continue happening to any of us. And check this out. YouTube can change their policies anytime they want, and they can say you can't talk about women at all. You can't talk about gay people at all. You can't even say their name. They can do any of that at any time they want, and they don't have to answer to you. You know why? Because you're not a shareholder in YouTube. You're not a shareholder.
No, you're not.
You're a content creator. And check this out. YouTube doesn't even charge you to create a channel, but also they do. But on the other hand, they double dip on you, because if you got a super chat, they getting 30, maybe 40% of whatever you get in super chat. So they've got you by they got you by the pinky toe.
Oh yeah. I wouldn't doubt it at all. And another thing I want to talk about is a lot of these guys going into these live streams, playing this music, playing these movie clips.
Yes.
Putting up their PayPal, all of this other stuff.
Right.
And I remember a while back, I told a cat that I was real cool with that was doing YouTube, and I told him, I said, bro, like, you might want to chill on the, playing the music and stuff. And he's like, what you mean? It ain't hurt nobody. It's just how I feel at the time.
Okay.
I said, you do know that's plagiarism, right?
Right.
You do know you're going against a copyrighted material. You do know that, right? Not only that, you got your PayPal, all of this other stuff up. Bruh, I'm not telling you what to do. I'm just saying, be cool. oh man, you can't tell me what to do. You know, man, like, look, man, I'll listen to you, but as far as that, I'm cool. All right, bro, okay, handle the business.
Let me say this.
It's like, what do you say to him?
Yeah. Let me just let you know, let everybody know out there, you heard me playing some music, but guess what? It's non-copyrighted music. Any music that you hear me play.
Exactly.
I've already did my research, and the stuff that I'm playing is non-copyright. And matter of fact, brother, you know what I did? I even you know, that there's apps and there's various things that you can get your hands on, and you can create your own music, or you can go to a professional person and have them produce music for you. There's a brother BMT. I wish BMT was in the chat room tonight or calls in. He's got a brother that produces music, and he'll do it for free, right? So he, you know, you got people out there that you can
name out there.
right to get his name out there. Or there's people that I know on an app that I use that produce music, and I can call them up and say, hey, brother, can I use this? I'll give you a couple of bucks if I can use this music. Okay, brother. Yeah, go ahead. Right? Because you know how black folks are sometimes.
That's my whole thing.
Yeah.
Like, another thing I wanted to say too was bringing up the fact of Black history.
Yes, sir.
I think for too long, we have been televising the shit that we want to do, the shit that we want to be on, the shit that we think. I mean, all of these entities that's against us, how did they get started?
Right.
In a room with some men by themselves.
Right. Right.
You didn't hear about it until hundreds of years later. I don't know why we haven't started doing that.
Right.
That's my thing.
Right.
Now, that's just, you know, a couple of, what's that, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I had 6. Now, my last one is the organizer.
Okay.
And the brother O'Shea, right?
Mm-hmm.
In which I love O'Shea. I don't have nothing bad to say about him. I love all the brothers he brings to the platform and show us something new.
Yes, sir.
Here's my thing. This brother's been on here for almost 10 years. Why hasn't this brother did something to get the people to like the Black Expo or something to where we could bring money to him to support it, and not only that, to help him get, you know, like a 21 con or something like that off the grant?
Okay, well, wait a minute now. Let me stop you right there, brother.
I know
O'Shea. No. Let me bring this up in defense of brother O'Shea, who I love. Brother O'Shea is trying to put something together like that. He wants to bring together the manosphere and everybody and have a convention and bring everyone together. He's been talking about this. He's trying to work on things behind the scenes. I talked to him personally behind the scenes. There's a lot of things that he's got in the works that he's trying to put together for Black people. So when you say 21 convention, you know, 21, I know that's the men's conference. I
was just saying something like that.
Yeah. No, brother. He wants to put something like that together, and he's been talking about that. And there's things happening behind the scenes that you may not be aware of or may. So you're hitting it on a dime.
I mean, I figured.
Yeah, you're hitting it on a dime. But brother, but all due respect to you right now, I'm gonna have to let another caller come in. If there's someone out there that wants to add to the night, I really want to appreciate. Let everybody know exactly who you are if you feel comfortable with that. As it relates to YouTube, as it relates to the YouTube world.
Oh shit, Antonio Burrell, man.
Antonio Burrell. Okay, I know.
I'll be on Pam shit. I'll be on.
Yeah.
I'll be on yours. I'll be on Simple. I'll be on all the brothers, man. Like,
I just wanted you to give yourself a shout out like that, brother. That's all.
Patreon, stuff like that. I'm gonna support you straight up.
Okay. Okay, brother. Well, let me go ahead and thank you for being here with us, brother. Thank you. All right, brother. So there he is. They got a brother that just called in. He put it where the ghost could get it. He was on point. He was on magic. Is there anybody else? I'm going to get ready to bring the volumes up once more to see if there's anybody else that's in the room waiting to talk to Information Man about this issue of Black YouTube or whatever's on their mind. So let me try to. Who else is out there? Okay. So nobody else is on. Let me put the access code in there again. If anybody else wants to come in, speak their piece, let me simply play a little music again why I put it in the chat room, the phone number to the show and the access code. Here you go. And I love everybody for being here tonight and supporting what I'm trying to do. I really appreciate it.
The Information Man podcast can be heard on 9 major platforms, on the second YouTube channel as well, Information Man Speaks Podcast. Spotify, Anchor, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Podbean, Castbox, SoundCloud, and finally, Spreaker.
Tell the truth. You are listening to Information Man. Please make sure to subscribe to his channel.
They only come around. Tell them that you're dead. It's okay.
Now, let's get back to the Information Man show.
Okay, everybody, this is Information Man. I'm back. I put the number. I'm going to be on for a little bit, just a little bit longer before I end tonight. Just a little bit longer, just a little bit more. I put the access number and phone number if you want to call in and let everyone know what's on your mind. So it's ready to go whenever you are. I can check with my volumes here when someone else. So whoever calls in, if you're sitting on the line, be patient. I'll bring up the volume and I can tell who's on and then bring you on for everyone else to hear you. I want to give a shout out to Gigi. Thank you for being here.
Information is power.
And I want to give a shout out to Fly CC's ADOS. Man, it's just a lot of great people in there. And then we got if I can make out the name, we got Sister Mocha. Let me mod you up. I'm sorry, my bad, sister. Let me mod you up, by the way. Sorry, I didn't say your name earlier tonight. I didn't mean no disrespect to you, Sister Mocha. Let me give you a clap. Sorry about that. All right, Sister Mocha, I modded you up, and I apologize for not giving you a shout out a lot earlier. And Sonia C's, I see you in there too. So there you have it. Let me see if anybody is on the other line. Okay, nobody's there. So I think maybe people are tired and it's getting late. I know for folks out there. Let me see. Let me read some things in the chat room. Let's see. She says, some of these dudes act like Principal Joe Clark from movie Lean on Me. That's what Sister Mocha says. Now, let me see. Ideal, let me see. 64. I don't know what the hell that is. What is this that's being written in here? Is this a troll in here? Let me double check something, folks. I appreciate you all being here too.
Tell the truth.
Okay. What did that person say? What did this person say in here? The mods, you know what you're doing. You're doing a good job in there, by the way, to mods. And what I need to do is I really need to do something where I can get all the mods together and I can communicate with the mods, maybe have a show where the mods can call in and I can talk to you guys and communicate. I need to have more of a relationship with the people that are mods on the show. I gotta do a better job of trying to reach out to the mods on a personal level behind the scenes and communicate with you all and how we want to run things on the program. And I'm open. Give me, you guys, some of you know my email. I'm open. If you want to email me topics, if there's a topic that you think we should be talking about, I'm open to the emails and bringing up topics that people in the chat room and the mods are interested in. Maybe we can dig into. So let me see if no one's there. So looks like all the calls for the night are at a all-time crescendo. So I'm going to get ready to end the program because I think it's been a great night so far. You guys have given me, you ladies and you brothers, queens and kings in the chat room, you've done a great job providing me support tonight, contributing to the chat room. Let me see if there's any messages that I've missed. Let's see. Nikki Love says, I was just thinking that. Yeah, you know what, Nikki Love, for some reason, I'm missing your live streams, and I used to come over there. So I don't want you thinking that I don't support you, sister, because I do. I just got to figure out how to catch your live streams more often. And everybody in the chat room, go right ahead and follow each other's channels. Okay? You could just say I got you, or put a check mark, or put a symbol letting them know that I got, but just go support each other's channels. Go right ahead and do that. Very important. And I want to say shout out to everybody out there who will be listening to this once I port it over on Archer Podcast, Apple Podcast, Google Podcast, Podbeam, iHeart Podcast, Spreaker. What's the other one? Cashbox. And people that's listening to it on YouTube right now. All those different platforms that, what else do I have? I use something else I'm using too. All of this I'm going to port over to those podcast channels. My Information Man Show podcast YouTube channel, I don't think I need to put this over there because most of you are listening over here. Let me, by the way, go right ahead and get some of you to support me over there. I need everybody that's in the chat room right now. I'm going to put this link in there a couple of times. I need everybody to do this for me. Do me a favor. I need all of you to go over to my second channel, which is the Information Man Speaks podcast. The sounds that you're hearing tonight with the call-in show and the sound quality that you're hearing with the special effects is what I'm going to be doing on that channel. This probably will be the last time that I will do the effects the way I'm doing it tonight on this channel when I go live on a channel like this. It's going to all happen on that channel because that's my radio style channel. So get over there right now with this, put this in there right now. Click into this and subscribe to my second channel. Do that right now. Thank you if you can do that. And over there, just subscribe. Do it for me right now if you can, because I'm going to be doing probably more live streams on that channel the way I'm doing this tonight, because I got to get up my watch time and build the channel up organically. So please go ahead and subscribe to that channel right now. The second channel, which is the Information Man Speaks podcast channel.
You are listening to Information Man. Please make sure to subscribe to his channel.
So everybody that's in the chat room right now, you should definitely should be subscribing. And do me a favor as I get ready to end this, folks. Go ahead and share this in your social media, your Twitter, your Facebook. Share. And those of you who have channels, put it in the community tab. Put it in the Google Hangouts. Put it. We got Bump. We got who's this? Oh, thank you for being here, Quinn. Let me see this. Let me give you a piece right here. Thank you. So everybody, I think I'm going to put a crescendo on the live stream. Real Aaron Collins, thank you for being here. But make sure you put this in your social media, brother. Thank you. And God, I actually absolutely love the ability of bringing people on live. Oh, brother Cap. Once again, Cap, thank you for the super chat tonight. I appreciate that, brother. You don't know how much I really appreciate you doing that tonight. I really did appreciate that. And I think everybody out there who's been supporting the program. So it looks like nobody else is calling in. Brother Cap, do you want to call in and talk to me for a minute, brother? I want to get your Your thoughts. Let me put the access code in there again. I want to hear from Brother Cap, PY2, about this Black YouTube situation. So let me give you the access number. And before I end this show tonight, I got to get my man Cap in and let him speak his mind. So Cap, there go the access number. You just dial the number, put the access code in, and come on and talk to me. Come on, brother. Before you go to bed tonight, you talking to Info Man tonight for a moment. Come on. 3 times I put the access code in there. Or 2 times I did. Or more than that. Come on, brother. Call the program. I'm going to wait for Brother Cap to call in. Meanwhile, let me look at some more of these. Let's see. What else? Queen, I know I am. Cap in the... okay, let me see this. Who else is in here? So I thank everybody for being here. I really thank. Let me give Cap some time to come in.
Information is power.
Or anybody who wants to call in if Cap doesn't get to me first. But I wanted to get his opinion. I want to get Cap's thoughts on this whole thing around Black YouTube. Oh, Doctor, what's going on? I haven't seen you in a minute, sister. Let me give you a clap. Sister. The doctor's in the house. 0608 to you. Good to see you. It's been a minute since I've seen you over here, Queen. So welcome. Welcome. And Earl Owens, thank you for being here as well. And make sure you get your butt over here to my second channel. Let me once again, here go the access code if you want to call in again. There go the access code again and phone number. Oh, no one's called in yet. Let me go ahead and let me see. Anybody that wants to call in can, by the way. But let me put my second channel in there because I want you guys to go over there and blow that channel up with your support because I'm going to be doing a lot of nice stuff over there. A lot of nice stuff and a lot of streams. A lot of streaming over there. It's going to be going down. So check that out. Let me see if Cap has called in. If he hasn't, if Cap doesn't call in or someone doesn't call in, I'm going to get ready to end the show. I know everybody's tired. Everybody wants to relax. Doc, it's good to see you. Doctor. I love that. And Gigi, good to see you. Gigi. Let's see. The Creed Man. What's going on, Creed Man? You're at work right now? Well, Creed, make sure you subscribe to my second channel. They go to link right there. All of you. And make sure you support each other too. Sonia C's, I love you. You've been supporting me for a long time. So let me end with this. Cap hasn't called in yet. Let me end with this. I don't want to see anybody lose their channels, even if I may not agree with their content. I don't want to see anybody lose their channels, but I think that we do have to be, we got to think about what we're doing on YouTube, think about what our purpose is. They're coming after different channels. They're trying to send a message. They're not playing. Everybody out there, you need to read, if you can, YouTube's policies and keep in mind, don't play any copyrighted material. Don't do anything because we don't want any excuse that you give them to get rid of you. They're going to get rid of you, especially if you're Black. Damn, you damn sure know they're getting rid of you like that. No code? Okay, let me put it in again. Let me put that in and let me put the code in. Oh, I didn't put the code in. I'm silly. Let me cut and paste this over again. That's my fault. That's my fault, Cap. If you're out there, Cap, I'm putting it in again. I didn't put the code, the access code in. That's my bad. Golly, man. I guess I'm tired. That's why I didn't put the code in right. I didn't put the access code in. I thought I did. You got to excuse me, folks. Okay, here we go. Here comes the access code. Here it comes. 571 571 128 128. All right. So there go the access code and the number 571-128. Here it comes. Here comes the real deal now. There you go. Boom. Okay, anybody that wants to call in, you can call in, but Cap, if you're out there, call in. There it is. I didn't put the access code on that number. I apologize for that. I guess I'm tired. There it is. There go the number. There go the access code. 571128 is the access code. And the number to get into the program is 605-313-5658. Anybody that wants to call in, you can. I'm waiting. COG, what's up? Nikki Love, I'm glad that you're here. I see you, Renegade. What's going on? Okay. Let me play a little bit of music here while we wait for some folks to come in. Okay, still nobody there. I'm going to get ready to probably end the program. I've been on for a while. I think I've made my points very clear. Everyone's made their points. Okay, Cap, it's not your problem. My cell company is okay. Okay, so Cap, you're not able to come in tonight. Cap, maybe next time we'll do this again. Once again, everybody, make sure you subscribe to the second channel. I put the links in the chat room. You're going to see more live streams on that second channel like this with this kind of quality. It's going to be even better. And I thank you. I think on the first channel, you're going to see me do a lot of pre-produced production with green screen technology in the background. You're going to see me do maybe more panels on this channel. Panels, pre-produced videos. And then on the Information Man Speaks podcast, you will hear me do a live stream like this with a call-in show with people calling in. And then from time to time, you will hear me speak on topics, but you won't see me physically, but you'll hear my voice radio style. So everybody out there, I want to thank you for being here. A clap to everybody. I'm going to get ready to call it quits tonight. It's been a fantastic program.
Information is power.
And with that said, I love everybody. Check out my podcast. It's very important.
The Information Man podcast can be heard on 9 major platforms. On the second YouTube channel as well, Information Man Speaks podcast. Spotify, Anchor, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Podbean, Castbox, SoundCloud, and finally, Spreaker.
Good night, everybody. Peace.
Information is power.
I want to say Thank you for being here tonight. We got 6-figure days in the house. Thank you for being here. We got 6-figure days. We got Fly C's, ADOS, Real Aaron Collins, Cap, PY2, Pretty Ann, Brother Adubian. We got Muhammad in the house. We got Dr. in the house. We got Sonia C's in the house. We got Conscious of Genocide in the house. Brother King Wage is in the house. Nikki Love is in the house. Sister Anita B's in the house. In the house. That's right. Everybody's in the house. Appreciate it. I appreciate. Got to give respect where respect is due. I appreciate Brother Malcolm Fletch TV for calling in. Real Aaron Collins called in. And I know that Real Brother is quite a treat. He says things that are a little bit out there that you may not agree with, but I got to give him a shout out for calling in and starting our show off tonight. I mean, the brother can be a little something else, can he? But he did his thing tonight. He opened us up for the show. And I want to thank everybody for being here because it is what it is sometimes, you know. I appreciate it. We got Renegade in the chat room and everybody that participated tonight. Thank you. I'm probably going to do a live stream tomorrow on my second channel because I got to keep building that channel. I'm tired. Organically, is what I was about to say. I got to grow it organically. So I really thank you all for being here. A clap to you again. Peace to the Creedmen. And anybody that I didn't shout out to, still much love and respect to anybody that I didn't get a chance to shout out to. No disrespect to you. Just got to work on my boards and everything here. So I really appreciate you being here. All of you. All of you. Peace.
You are listening to Information Man. Please make sure to subscribe to his channel. Tell the truth.
Tell the truth.
Information is power.
Good night, everybody. Peace to you. Peace.